This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some important updates to share with you. Despite President Biden's efforts, his poll numbers just keep going lower and lower. Even after a speech talking about the Build Back Better and billions of dollars going for a Build Back Better world, it's not helping so much. Social Security could get the biggest checks they've gotten in over 4 decades. Mortgage rates are going up. One state giving out $2,000 checks, another $500 checks, and a few other states saying that they're going to give more help to their residents, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So Biden approval ratings decline most among younger generations. So it doesn't seem like he's as popular as he was when he got elected. So a new poll found that Biden's approval rating among millennials and Generation Z respondents had dropped nearly 20 points since the beginning of his presidency. So not too popular, even though he's trying his best. He's trying to put out all this legislation. It just doesn't seem to happen. And Joe Biden's poll numbers just aren't getting any better. So it seems like every week his poll numbers keep coming out and it's just not helping anything he does. So Biden attempts to reboot domestic agenda. American manufacturing is coming back as it happened. So President Biden touts the Build Back Better in North Carolina recently, and poll numbers show that his rating is at 33% now. So even though he's talking about the building a better America, it's just not going anywhere. So there's been a lot of talk over the past year or so talking about the Build Back Better or building a better America, and nothing has come to fruition despite all the talk. So President Biden giving all his speeches talking about that, I think there's a disconnect between the American people and what's actually happening in Congress, because there's really only 2 people holding President Biden back from getting the Build Back Better done, which is Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. So it doesn't seem to be happening, and he's also talking about it on a bigger scale. So Biden vows billions for Build Back Better world with U.S. version blocked. So yeah, the U.S. version not going well, but he says he wants to put billions of dollars in other parts of the world too. So he's saying we're going to export billions of dollars worth of product for the rest of the world. One of the proposals I have and won't go into now is the Build Back Better world. So all of those countries in Africa and Latin America and the Middle East who don't have the capacity to make it better for themselves, we cut down all our forests, we're doing fine. Guess what? We are part of the reason for global warming. So let me know, what are your thoughts on the Build Back Better or Build Back Better world? Money going to a lot of other countries. Good idea, bad idea? Should that money just stay in the U.S.? Let me know your thoughts on all that down in the comments below. Here is a Democrat representative talking more about President Biden and the economy and what can make it better. Take a look at this.
And one of the ways we can earn that trust is by making sure that people know we're going to work for them. The economy that we're going to create is going to be an economy that's going to put more money in the pockets of hardworking middle-class Americans, not an economy that's going to line the pockets of Wall Street or of the wealthy. And so the ban on stock trading is part of earning the American people's trust that we can fix the economy.
How and when are you going to create that economy? I know the president talked about economic challenges today. Did you hear anything from him that is going to put your constituents' minds at ease, those who are so anxious about where things are going?
Well, we're definitely seeing proposals being floated and action being taken with regard to gas prices in particular. I think we are seeing movement on that, including both releasing more oil from the strategic reserve, being willing to lift the ban on ethanol, E15, during the summer, but also a willingness to hopefully hold big oil to account for price gouging. So I think we're making progress on that. With regard to the larger issue of inflation, I think the fix here is to encourage more competition in our economy. And have the right kind of enforcers at the FTC and the DOJ. And Biden has absolutely put those people in place. Let me tell you what I do not want to do and what I want to warn the American people to be listening for. When you hear someone say the problem is there's too much money in the economy, make sure that what they're not really saying is there's too much money in the pocket of hardworking Americans. The traditional fixes for inflation are to raise interest rates and lower wages. What we need to do instead is lower costs, and that's where I think you hear President Biden focusing on things like improving domestic manufacturing capacity, improving supply chains, and making goods more affordable. We should be the party of abundance.
It's not that there's too much money, it's that there's too much money in certain places. Katie Porter, thank you so much for joining us.
What do you think about what Representative Porter had to say? Do you agree, disagree? Is the economy going to get better? Can President Biden turn this all around? Let me know your thoughts on all that down in the comments below. So retirees could get the biggest Social Security cost of living adjustment in 4 decades next year due to inflation. So when it comes to the cost of living adjustment, also known as the COLA, this past year it was a 5.9%, which is pretty high. In general, compared to, I think it was, I forgot what it was, maybe 1 or 2% the year before. So this year, they're saying that it could jump up to 8.9%. Yeah, so the 2023 cost of living adjustment could be as high as 8.9% according to preliminary analysis released Tuesday from the Senior Citizens League. So this isn't decided until the end of the year anyway, or it's announced in October. So we still have a lot of time before that's decided. 6 months, a lot could change. It could even go higher than 8.9%. Could go lower, economy could get all fixed and inflation could disappear. COVID could magically never exist again. I don't know. We'll see. A lot could happen between now and then. But let me know, should the COLA be higher? I know with a higher COLA comes higher premiums as well. What are your thoughts on all this? Should there be more stimulus aid for people on fixed income, Social Security, SSI, SSDI? What are your thoughts on all that? Let me know down in the comments below. Mortgage rates are going high as well. So mortgage rates top 5% for the first time in a decade. I had a friend who bought a house, I think last year, and he got it as low as like 2.8%. So now it's going up to 5%, could go even higher too. So the mortgage, I have a family member too who's a loan officer who does mortgages, and yeah, things are getting a lot higher now in terms of mortgages, and probably going to get even higher too. So yeah, tough time for that to buy a house, because almost no houses to buy too. SNAP and Medicaid COVID-19 benefits will expire on April 15th, which is today. These states, territories will be impacted. So some are going to renew, some are not. This is the list right here if you want to pause the screen. It looks like most of the states, but yeah, if SNAP, which is the food stamps program, that could be extended in terms of the boost that a lot of the states got. It could not. So I'll keep you updated on what the states did probably tomorrow, or when I find out more of what the states did. And then these states were forced to return stimulus funds. When it comes to the rental assistance money, a lot of that money actually had to return it. So if that money was not going to be used for rental assistance to help out renters who are behind on rent, and landlords and homeowners too, that money, if it's not used, it had to go back, which is kind of a shame. It's kind of a waste of money. So if we look at this article here, these are the states that had to return the money because they couldn't get it out to the people fast enough. It's Montana, New Hampshire, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Vermont, and West Virginia have all had to return federal relief money. Those funds are being relocated to the states with greater need for them. So yeah, it looks like, I guess if you snooze, you lose there, which is really a shame because it's the government officials who weren't able to give the money out to the people who needed it most. So yeah, it's really a shame there, but I guess it's going to other places and other people in need. Stimulus checks of $500 for residents of this state. So this is going on in, well, it's talking about California here, the $400 stimulus check per vehicle. Hasn't really happened yet. It's talking about Massachusetts with the $500 payment going to essential workers. That's going to happen later on in the year for anyone who worked during the peak of COVID. And then Idaho is giving out, or Georgia is giving out $250 checks for individuals, $500 checks for couples. New Jersey is going to give out a one-time $500 check. Speaking of New Jersey, we're saying here is New Jersey will almost certainly provide some relief as gas prices soar. So New Jersey is giving out $500 checks, which I guess is separate than the gas relief that they are going to potentially give out. So New Jersey is still more than $4 a gallon, and the governor, Phil Murphy, says that the state will almost certainly provide some sort of relief for residents. At this point, we haven't really heard what type of relief it's going to be, gas tax suspension, gas checks, but this is independent of the $500 checks that are going out. Then we have the $2,000 check, which is proposed by the governor of Pennsylvania. So Governor Wolf calls on state lawmakers to approve plan to use pandemic money for $2,000 stimulus checks, which is huge. Take a look at this video clip right here, giving more info.
All right, David, how does a $2,000 stimulus check sound?
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, probably sounds pretty good to you, too. Well, it could be reality if Governor Tom Wolf's plan gets support. Bryant Reed joins us live with who could see the free money. So tell us about this, Bryant.
Well, David, Governor Wolf says they have about $2 billion in unspent money just sitting around in Harrisburg. So the best thing he can think about doing with it is to just give it all away. Now, who is going to be the benefactors of this money? According to Wolf, anybody with a household income of $80,000 or less would get a check from the Pennsylvania Treasury of up to $2,000. Under the Pennsylvania Opportunity Plan, all households earning $50,000 or less would get a one-time check of $2,000, and those households with incomes between $50,000 and $80,000 would get a check for $1,500. Wolf says the unspent money must go somewhere before 2024 and wants to take pressure off families.
Right now, you need the money. The Commonwealth does not. Working families all across Pennsylvania have been put in a really tight spot. The good news is we actually can help right now.
Now, if enacted, these checks would not be taxable income. Governor Wolf says he's now calling on his Republican colleagues who control both the State House and Senate to, quote, do the right thing. Reporting.
$2,000 checks is huge. Do you think more states should give out $2,000 checks? So far, it hasn't been fully approved yet, but it could be. You think less than $50,000, is that good enough? Let me know your thoughts on all that down in the comments below. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Bye. And hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. That's just my sister clip, but now we're doing my clip. So what I'm talking about now is to you, like when someone's hurt, you should definitely help them, because that if it's like really bad, then you should actually help them. Like I helped a couple of my friends and they loved it. So that's what I want to say for today. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. So we are going to have a beach day today, and yeah, we're gonna probably head to the beach, have some beach time. The weather's getting nice. We haven't had a beach day in a long time, so we just love being at the beach. We love surfing. Kids love playing in the sand. Everybody's calm. Everyone's good to get out of the house. Hopefully you have a great weekend as well. If you want to check out any of my other videos on my other channels, you could click up here. Actually, I just published a new pickleball video if you want to check that out right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Thank you for watching.